Redditors who attended high school with celebrities, what were they like in school? The girl who does the voice for Dora the Explorer. Played her in beer pong once at a party after homecoming. She would do the voice right before I shot and would freak me out. Criss Angel went to my high school. He came back to film an episode of Mind Freak and we all got very excited, except nothing happened. Finally the episode airs on TV and it shows footage of the exterior of our school, but then him doing his magic tricks in soundstage classrooms with actor kids who didn't go to our school. It was kind of a letdown, especially since throughout the episode he keeps talking about how excited he is to be back at his old school. Went to school with Daniel Radcliffe, never talked to him properly but we were often warned in assemblies not to talk to him / ask for autographs / shout spells at him. Anyway, one day it turned out some older boys locked him on the school roof telling him to fly away and he left shortly after. Feel sorry for the guy. Not me, but my mom went to school with Tom Hanks. He was a really nice guy, who was very active in school clubs and activities because apparently he didn't have the greatest home life. She was also a huge bitch to him from the sound of it. He even sent in a video of himself to be shown at their high school reunion about a month ago. Was, and still is, an all-around great guy it seems like. My mom went to high school with Johnny Depp back in Florida. She was actually very close friends with his sister, Christina I believe. Anyway my grandpa will tell you Johnny was the weirdest fucking kid on the block. Not too well liked in school either, not because he was a dick. Just weird. Two friends went to school with Kim Jongun in Bern / Switzerland. He was always accompanied by two older Asian dudes and wasn't too much into socializing. The one thing he loved was basketball, it was his true passion. He always walked around in Jordan sneakers. Someday he just disappeared and hasn't been seen until years later as the new leader of North Korea. Oh, and he even once told them in school that he was the son of a great dictator, but they just laughed and nobody believed him. They don't laugh anymore now. I went to high school and coached kids basketball with Mac Miller. He was a pretty down-to-earth and cool kid. No one took his rapping very seriously back then though since he used to go by Easy Mac, but it's awesome to see how far he's made it. I currently go to the same school as Chandler Riggs, Carl on The Walking Dead. We're a grade level apart, so I don't really know him at all aside from in passing between classes. He looks shorter in real life, and carries a bunch of books around. He also doesn't look as rough as the show, obviously. Other than that he mostly keeps to himself and seems like a nice guy. He always has friends around him. No one really brings up the show or yells Coral at him, as I'm pretty sure there was a student who did that when he first started going here that got in trouble for doing something along those lines. I went to the same school as Alfie Allen, Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. I was a couple years below him so didn't really know him but I remember one time being at the skate park and he was the rollerblading on the half pipe and his mate threw his shoes off the ramp. My mate threw them back up to him and when he threw the second shoe, I remember Theon was grinding the piping and it hit him in the head and he fell down the ramp. We were amused. I doubt that he was. Semi-related, my sister was classmates with Michelle Wee. Her boyfriend went to college with Jeremy Lin, and both of them know RyanHiga for some reason. Asian Americans are all in a cult, no joke. Oh yeah, story. Well the funny thing is I never actually met any of these people. But somehow they've all been at my house when I was out. We came to my sister's birthday party or something, Lin came over and played with my dog, and Higa picked up my sister and her boyfriend to go to a wedding. I went to the same high school as Leonardo DiCaprio, albeit 20 years later. I did, however, have the same math teacher that he had. He told us about how DiCaprio would never do homework etc. and when confronted, he told the teacher that he didn't need math because he was going to be an actor. My teacher responded sarcastically, "Yeah sure, let me know when you win an Oscar." For clarification, he told this story before Leo not having an Oscar was a meme, and he implied that he was the one who ate his words, not Leo. I went to high school with Natalie Portman. I was a sophomore and she was a senior when she made her breakthrough in The Phantom Menace. I never talked to her or anything, but my friend's older brother kinda knew her, took a few classes together. He said she was always pretty cool and never had a big ego. She also signed his yearbook, which he sold on eBay for a couple grand a few years after graduating. Ariana Grande. Interesting story, the boy she dated in high school left her because she wasn't a good girlfriend. Who would have known what she'd become in the next few years? I'd imagine he hates his life. Went to high school with Drake. He was a self-entitled child actor, there was no bottom to start from. I went to school with Sam Smith, the singer. Cool guy, openly gay in a Catholic school, made it very obvious. Very friendly to everyone, really nice guy. His sister was in my year and he was 2 years above me. I went to high school with Rob Gronkowski. He was pretty much picked first for most sports in our gym class. Spent most of his time drinking and fucking girls. He was a pretty cool dude. Didn't go with him, but Avicii went to my high school and apparently went back and forth to Australia for a DJ job. When asked by his music teacher, and my mentor, what he had been doing while away from school, he told her the truth. My teacher's response was, "Can't you come up with a better excuse?" Taylor Swift went to middle school with one of my best friends. Apparently she was actually a huge bully who played up the whole rich girl persona. She also locked my friend in a locker. He's the nicest guy and I have no reason to think he'd make this up. To this day he will never listen to or buy one of her songs because he says she's a liar and bully who only got famous because of her rich father. Part of the reason she moved was because no one liked her, but no one liked her because she was just apparently an asshole. Granted, this was middle school, and all kids are assholes at that age, but I can't help but have some disdain for her because of this.